that time again, episode 31 of The Evidence. This is your buddy Dave over at Mars X3D. And I wanted to go back into the past a little bit and re-examine black and white gigapan that my friend Neville Thompson did. I think it was, 1601 with the M34 camera. So it's not real high resolution, but it's good enough so that you can see a few things. And my colleague Lani Gabor found an item in there that I had completely overlooked. And that's why it's so cool to have a global community like UFA on Facebook. If you've not been there or you're not a member, definitely check it out, because that's where all of us from all over the world gather to discuss things and post our findings. Anyway, Lonnie found something that completely got by me, and so good for you. And we also have some other things to look at. So for those of you who are not familiar with X3D, there's a link below where you can learn this very simple technique in a matter of a minute or two. This is an X3D stereographic channel. It's not flat pictures. So for those of you who are ready to view that way, here we go. So as you can see, it's a black and white, and the resolution isn't the best, but this gigapan is loaded with anomalies that need a closer look. I found this rectangular rock with the big knob kind of fascinating. You've been around here long enough to see what I'm talking about: the right angles, the symmetry, the markings, and so forth. Just let your eyes play over this thing for a bit. It's not natural at all, is it? It looks like a decorative piece from a building to me, but who knows? Okay, I got the wrong guy in the intro. I said it was Lani, and it's actually my colleague Laszlo Zabolix who found this, and he presented it just recently. Hey, you're going to get old one day too, so I'm doing pretty good. Anyway, it's from that same low-res gigapan of 1601 that Nev did, but there's enough here to give you a pretty good idea of what we're looking at. Even in the context view, you can see the circular end glinting in the sunlight. That's a pipe we're looking at, isn't it? It even has a collar to it, like a regular water main or sewer pipe. There's all kinds of stuff lying around it that are clearly not rocks, but for now, let's get a closer look at the pipe. Now that looks like a public works project to me. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little flushed looking at this thing. Nice find, Laszlo. This big pile of sand and dust has quite a few anomalies lying around. Let's take a look at the one on the upper right. That's not really a muffler, but it does remind me of one. It seems to be a flattened oval cylinder of metal that's taken a beating. Those rings underneath are a lot tougher than the tin can on top of them. You can see how the sunlight reflects off the tops, as if they were made of stainless steel. Ah, we've got that nice bit of blue sky up in the corner. 10 years ago, NASA bent over backwards using their pukey brownish-red dust cover to keep us from not only seeing the blue sky, but to obscure the obvious artifacts lying around in many of the images. Seems like it's a new day, because they don't seem to mind so much anymore. Now this is a strange one. First of all, it's got two parallel arms. I mean, you can see that background rock right through the two arms on top. The whole thing looks mechanical, doesn't it? Couldn't even begin to tell you what kind of mechanism, though, and what's with that long white thing poking up in front of it. Mars is so strange. We desperately want to make sense of the things we're seeing, but too many of them simply defy description, let alone reasonable analysis. I really appreciate you stopping by today and spending a little bit of time with me. I don't know if you're convinced or not. I'm not worried about that. You can make up your own mind. But I do appreciate you being here. This is your buddy Dave at Mars X3D. Be well.